Hello and welcome back to another Pricey HD video. Today we've got another game of the week, and this time it is Everton vs Manchester City. And as well, by the way, this is going to be just another instalment of the 12 Days of Christmas. Now, if you don't actually know what's going on with the 12 Days of Christmas, of course, it had a massive delay, and technically it's not being 12 videos in 12 days anymore. But I still want to do the 12 videos nonetheless, and go and check out the previous video if you want to know more information on that. But here we have the League Cup fixture between Everton and Manchester City. It's going to be a very interesting tie. Of course, there is two ties altogether. You've got the Everton-Man City game, which is, of course, kick-off 8 PM in British time, of course. And then you've got the reverse fixture at the Etihad, where that will take place on the 27th of January. So, this is going to be an interesting one. The thing is, with Everton at the moment, they seem to be the sort of team that are a threat, that people are scared of, that, well, they are actually a dangerous team. They are playing well, yet they don't seem to be getting the results that they need. Now, you put this in perspective. So let's, for example, completely out the blue, just bring up the idea of Manchester United. The year that they won the title with Sir Alex Ferguson, the last year, they won the title playing badly. Like, a lot of the games they didn't deserve to win. But, I mean, if you can play badly and still win, that's a sign of a good team, in a sense. The ref hasn't put the ball on the spot very well there, has he, Jonathan Moss? But, either way, with Everton, it's the opposite. They seem to be playing well, where at least the attacking section of the team is. You've got Barkley and Lukaku, who seem to be in the form of their life at the moment, honestly. Like, Lukaku especially. Like, it's weird because you seem to be looking at them thinking they are so good, they're actually better than they are last season, yet you look at their position in the league and, well, they're 11th. So, I mean, I know it's a tight season and it's a very difficult season, but it's just weird that they're playing so well yet drawing and losing. They've dropped so many points from winning positions, and it's almost weird. So if we do go to the Premier League, you look at Everton, 1-1 against Tottenham, fair enough, that's a good enough result. You can't really moan at that. But you go to some more of their previous fixtures, if I can just quickly find them. You've got 4-3 against Stoke. They were winning that game at one point. They did, of course, beat Newcastle, which is a win there. 3-2 against Everton. Against Leicester, which is a loss. Were they winning that game? I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. But then you've got 1-1 against Norwich, which isn't exactly what they want. They want a win against that sort of team. No disrespect to Norwich, they've had a brilliant season and all that. Well, they're doing quite well. They're actually 6 points off the relegation area at the moment. And then you've got a draw against Palace, and I believe they were actually in a winning position against them as well. If I just quickly take a look. Come on. No, they weren't, in fact. They were actually behind, so my bad. Either way, if you know what I mean, they've dropped quite a few points from positions that they shouldn't have dropped points from. And I feel like, although they are literally one of the most dangerous teams in the Premier League right now, especially attacking-wise, they score literally every game they play. Quite literally, you will not keep a clean sheet against Everton. And considering Man City's defensive record, well, that's not too good, is it, for them? Especially with Kompany out injured. With Kompany, I believe they've only conceded like 1 goal altogether, and then literally, I'm sure I saw this stat the other day, I don't know whether it was real, but with Kompany they've conceded 1 goal. Without Kompany they've conceded something like 19 goals. It is just an insane statistic. Kompany being out injured, like, he was only on the pitch for like 11 minutes the other day. And it is just such an insane statistic, to be honest. In fact, that is almost viable, because they've actually conceded 21 goals now. So say one of them was with Kompany, that's 20 goals. So obviously it was a while ago when I saw that stat. They've conceded since. That stat is viable. I honestly think that stat is realistic, because if we have a look at their previous results, conceded 1 against Watford. Conceded 1 against Sunderland, a few here and there, like in the past since the 26th of December, they've conceded 2 goals. So, was it before then that I saw that stat? I'm not sure. but it's around that. I'm pretty sure it's around that sort of area. But like, you look at this stat here, Romelu Lukaku has been directly involved in 10 goals in his past 6 Premier League games at Goodison Park. 7 goals and 3 assists. So, he is on fire. Quite literally on fire. He is doing so well at the moment, and you cannot knock the kid. Because he is still a kid, he's still quite young. He's only like 22. If I just quickly get Lukaku's age up for everyone. Romelu Lukaku is 22, bang on. That was a very good prediction. Well, yeah, 22 years of age. There is so much potential left in him. 28 million, it's on the higher side, but he's certainly starting to live up to that, more so than Benteke has for his price. Of course, I don't like how them two are compared so often, because although they are such similar players, I personally, and this is just my personal opinion, so nothing to be moaning about, I personally prefer Lukaku purely because I just think Benteke is a bit of but he's a bit lazy. He doesn't seem to, I don't know, there's just something about him, like a slight arrogance, and I don't know what it is. Lukaku seems like a genuinely nice guy. Benteke just sort of seems, obviously, it might be a bit biased considering I am a Birmingham fan and Benteke used to play for Villa, but just something about him annoyed me, and that was probably that he was actually scoring goals for Villa, to be honest. But either way, so that's a hell of a lot to take in, I understand, but what do I actually think is going to happen in this game? Well, currently EA say that Everton 0-0 will be the score. Now, if Everton do draw 0-0, then they have an advantage. They've conceded no away goals. Of course, in the League Cup, away goals are huge. They can change games entirely. If Everton get a clean sheet in this game, which isn't very likely because they always concede, but they always score. If they can keep a clean sheet, that's vital for them. Because Everton score. Simple as, Everton score. So if they can keep a clean sheet, that would be brilliant for them. However, Everton don't often keep a clean sheet. So, it really, in my opinion, it depends on who scores more at the opposition's ground. Literally, I think that's what it boils down to in this game. It's going to be a very interesting one. My predictions, I don't know. I've got a feeling that Man City might just edge it. But with their defence, you just don't know. You just purely don't know. Literally, as I'm recording this right now, Liverpool are 1-0 up against Stoke in the other League Cup fixture. So it's going to be a very interesting League Cup. And Everton being so weird, like they seem to be so much better than they are last season, yet not winning games. Well, who knows, the luck will turn around for them eventually, almost guaranteed. Or does it come to a point where teams come to Everton and aren't quite as intimidated as they are a few weeks ago? Because they haven't won in a while. I mean, yeah, I say a while. They haven't won many in a while. Okay, that sounds a bit better. But I think that will bring this video to an end. I do hope you enjoyed watching. I'm really looking forward to doing more Game of the Weeks, more football chat videos in this sort of style. There's so many statistics and I just haven't got my personal opinions out across enough in a 9-minute video. There is so much to talk about this year, especially with Leicester. And I almost want like a conversation style video with you, the subscribers, because it really does help, if you know what I mean. Because when you actually look at the Premier League this season, there is so much to talk about. And if you understand what I mean, if you're a football fan, which I'm presuming you are, considering you're watching this, and you just talk about football, there is so much you can actually say. There is so much conversation and socialistic positives from football. And that is exactly what I want to try and put across in a few of my new channel plans for 2016. Anyway, I do that watching, and I will see you next time.